Hello friends, it's Carrie from Stamp with CT, and it is time for our catalog stroll for the 2024 to 2025 annual catalog from Stampin' Up. So we are going to do our virtual launch party this afternoon. We had our in-person launch party this morning. Had, I don't know, 10-ish people here to help celebrate the launch of this beautiful new catalog. So we are excited to be here with you virtually now for those that couldn't come and be part of the in-person launch party. And then this way we'll also have the recording for those that need to come back and watch later. So we usually do a catalog stroll and then something called Meet the Suite and then our make and takes when we have a new catalog launch. So this section is the catalog stroll. We're not going to go page by page through the catalog, but we are going to look at quite a bit of the pages today. So it's going to be a little bit longer stroll than we normally do. I would recommend you grab a cup of coffee or beverage of some kind and your catalog so that you can follow along with us. We're going to explain some of the changes that have been made in the catalog and the differences from previous catalogs. And we hope to answer some of your questions along the way as well. I'm going to make sure my ringer is turned off today too. Didn't do that yesterday. Oh, can you tell, B?
I can't see it.
It's that top button there. It needs to be pushed down. If not, I'll get it.
Okay.
And if you'll go ahead and bring up Facebook so we can maybe watch for comments. Hopefully we'll have a couple people be able to watch live. I don't want to keep shaking this. I'm just going to leave it alone. Hopefully it's off. Okay, so we are going to get started here in just a moment. Dale is going to pull his chair up, and if you're not familiar with us, I'm Carrie from Stamp with CT, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Texas. Hope you'll say hello as you hop on. Dale is my crafty husband, and he is my supporting demonstrator. And then Oliver is the crafty pup, and he's our supporting pup, isn't he?
Yes.
He loves to be in the craft room with us, y'all. Absolutely loves it. You know what? I don't know if you're part of CT's Crafting Connect, Dale. I don't know that you are. So we may not be able to get you in. One of the few places that you're not part of. Nope, you're not in the group. Okay, well, we won't be able to do that, but that's okay. We can go back and answer questions later. All right, let's take a look at this catalog, y'all, because it is a beautiful, beautiful offering. We're so very excited about it. It is a very different catalog than anything we've had before. So we're going to talk a little bit about the good, the bad, and the ugly today. We're just going to be honest about it, right?
Yeah, we're going to try to be.
Going to try to be. There are things that we absolutely love about this catalog, and then there are some things that we wish were not the way they are, but there's nothing we can do about them, so we've got a few workarounds for you, little tips and tricks about how to utilize this catalog in your crafting and also in your purchasing of Stampin' Up! Products. For years, as demonstrators, we have asked for the catalog to be a little bit smaller because in the past it has been very expensive to mail, more to mail it than to actually purchase the catalog for you. And we do love being able to send out complimentary catalogs, but I think this time it was somewhere between $4 and $5 to mail the catalogs, and that's more like what it usually is for a mini catalog. So that's awesome. So Stampin' Up! Really does listen to us. And I always tell my team, if there's something that you absolutely love that they're doing, email them, let them know. If there's something you would prefer was different, email them and let them know. If they don't hear from us, they don't have any feedback or anything to go on, but they really do listen to us. And I see many different times where they have changed something because of the request of demonstrators and customers. So we're going to start first just looking even at the cover of this catalog. It's got a texture to it. It's a beautiful scene. It actually looks more like a magazine than a catalog to me. But as you open it up, And these first few pages, we're pretty much going to go page by page. You want to make sure that looks okay, Dee? We're centered up and all.
That's, yeah, that could be a little bit.
Okay, hold on. We may need to adjust. But as we open the cover, we see here a picture of Sarah, who is our CEO, and her mother, Shelly, who is the co-founder of Stampin' Up! And there's usually always a message there from them. So I always like to take a look at that. And then just our table of contents. So this is a nice place to go just to get an overall view of where to find things. A few of the products there. Then we have this, it's a pretty picture of our kits.
And this is where they start to give you step by step. Right.
Yes. So I heard in one of the meetings that I attended, our DDM, he's our Demonstrator Development Manager, Chad. He talked about this catalog really being an instructional tool. There's lots of things that teach us in this catalog, and it really is kind of a path starting a beginner crafter from the very beginning, and then just kind of seeing them through as they become more of a casual crafter, crafting more and more often and using more and more products, and then as an avid crafter, which many of us are avid crafters, but especially looking at this catalog through the eyes of a new stamper. If you think back to the first time you ever saw a Stampin' Up! Catalog, do you remember, Dee?
It's been a long time ago.
It's been a long time ago. It has for me as well, but I remember being overwhelmed.
Well, it was a little bit just catalog-y.
Yes.
Where it had a bunch of stuff, had no explanation, and if you knew what you were looking for, you knew what you wanted.
Yes, you kind of had to know what stuff was
right
to purchase it.
And
I
so
agree.
Part of what's new about this is the very first of it. You just purchase this kit. It's got everything in it, and that's
go from there.
That's really all you need.
So that's really where our path starts, right here. We're talking about kits. You know, I kind of look at this where this is someone crafting not in their home, not in a craft room. So it's nice to have kits that you're able to take on the go with you. We do offer lots of different kits, and everything's included. All you really need is a paper snips. And you can take this box and create some beautiful projects. Can you tweak them and make them your own? Absolutely. But if you just want to craft and make something cute or pretty, you can. Kits are great using them with kids, and definitely for someone who is a beginner who doesn't have a lot of supplies. They are still able to purchase something that is reasonably priced. Most of the kits are somewhere between $15 and $25. Reasonable price. They're able to craft and make something beautiful and have a sense of accomplishment, and they don't have to have a lot of supplies to do that. Kids love kits.
Absolutely.
They're so kids of all ages, right?
Well, we're all kids.
That's true. So we're going to start here. So this is the first part of our path where we have kits, something that is already choreographed for us. Everything has been done for us as far as the design work and the prepping and the cutting, procuring. Everything is right there at our fingertips. And so that's where we start. You okay?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Dale's had a bit of a sinus infection the last couple weeks, and so he's still having some lingering effects. Now, the next thing that it shows is our paper pumpkin kit. So the kits collection that comes in these brown boxes, we'll flip back for just a minute. The kits collection, to find those, all you do is go to the online store, stampwithct.stampinup.net. You can type in kits or search in the menu for kits collection, and you can see what is available. You can take a look at pictures. You can kind of see what the kit is about, whether it's birthday, all occasion, some other holiday. But what is different about kits and Paper Pumpkin is a subscription box. Very similar concept because everything you need is included in there. But it's more of a surprise. So you subscribe to that, it automatically ships to your mailbox each month. And then when you open the box is when you really see what the contents are.
But it's generally pretty seasonally oriented.
It is. Yes, it is.
So it's not like it's a shocking surprise. It's something.
Yeah, so if it's Valentine's Day, a lot of times in January we'll have some type of treat holder, Valentine's, same thing at Halloween. A lot of times, though, it's cards, and a lot of people really like for it to be cards. Now, here is just some more samples, things, products that we have.
It's the quick and easy option.
Quick and easy. Okay, so now we have another scenario here. And to me, this would be someone first starting out in crafting. Maybe they've done a few kits, maybe they've attended a couple classes, and they're starting to really collect their supplies and collect products, and they're building their confidence and their skills as a crafter. So I like this because I kind of think she's sitting at her coffee table, don't you?
That's what it looks like to me, yeah.
And I remember when I first started crafting at the kitchen table. So a lot of us do that. Not everybody has a craft room, and we certainly don't have a craft room right out of the gate. I crafted at the kitchen table for a while, and then I took over a very small bedroom in our home, and then I just kind of moved over into another bedroom, took part of that, and now that's my craft room. And I try to leave the rest of the house alone, but we end up with Stampin' Up! Stuff all over, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
Especially on launch day. That was fun this morning. So here she has got a little bit more that she's working with. And this brings us to what Stampin' Up! Is calling some essentials, like top 10 essentials. In my past couple of Facebook Live videos on Wednesday, I've touched on this page. I really like that Stampin' Up! Is kind of showing you what to buy if you're a beginner, if you're just starting out in this hobby, things that you need to be successful. Because it's great if you buy ribbon, but if you don't have a nice sharp snips to cut the ribbon, that can be frustrating. So it's great to have stamps, but how do you clean your stamps? You need a chamois. So it kind of tells you some of the top things that you need, and one of them, go ahead.
I was going to say, if you have stamps, then you're going to need the ink, you're going to need the block. There's an easy way to get inks. There's an easy way. There's a few blocks that are very
more versatile. Yes.
And then, yes.
So this is a really good idea. I like this page. And then, of course, your demonstrator, too. So we've talked before in the last couple weeks that if you choose me as your demonstrator, not only do you get me, you get Dale, you get Oliver. That's more for entertainment, though, isn't it?
And they're on the Crafting Connect team, so they've got a whole community out there that help them along as well.
Yes, in our community Facebook group, if you have a question, you can do that. If you decide to join our team as a demonstrator, then you also have that group of friends and crafters, too. So lots of support, lots of knowledge at your hands when you are using Stampin' Up! Products, and especially when you choose us as your demonstrator. All right, so next up,
mix and match.
Mix and match. This is a fun, kind of new concept that Stampin' Up! Shared with us. And when we went to our onstage event in Houston, we actually got to use these products as our make and take. So just like when we host events, we do make and takes. Stampin' Up! Does the same. So we made a couple of cards while we were there. You want to show those, Dale?
Sure. Okay, we have this one, which is the envelope, the card base, and the ephemera. Mm-hmm. And it's just used, and then we stamped a sentiment on a strip.
Little laser cut, yes.
Yeah, a little laser cut strip.
And so one of those is part of the make and take video.
Okay.
And then a couple of these are what we made it on stage.
Well, if you notice, I made both of these, and they kind of look similar.
They look very similar. Yes, they do.
So I work off the same
You have a
ideal
certain aesthetic.
That's it. And then this one has a little different aesthetic.
That's mine.
And it's nice and clean. It has all the same pieces, the matching envelope.
Yes.
And
so with this mix and match, the way that it's recommended is that you start out with your cards and envelopes. You choose a card and envelope, which for the make and takes for this event, we kind of did for you. And then they offer some ephemera packs. And what ephemera means is just extra bits. So all the good stuff that you put on a card, right? And I think we have those, Dale, to show. We've got a couple of those
we got a couple of these
ephemera packs
we got,
that we can just kind of show you how it comes to you.
Here's the ephemera packs, 2 of them, and then here's 2 of the
Cards and
cards and
envelopes.
envelope sets. So I don't know if y'all can see all that. And then
So you have lots of choices.
on the ephemera pack, Say Something has the sentiments that you can just pop out, laser cut.
So they're already printed for you.
The Something for Everyone has a little bit of everything. The Fully Flowering has those flower images, and the labeling and layering has the labels already cut out, ready to go. It's just stamp a
Laser
sentiment
cut.
on
You
it,
just punch them out.
and stamp a sentiment on it, and
So great for someone who is new to crafting or someone who just needs to do some quick projects. Sometimes it's nice to de-stress and just do some crafting, but we're tired or stressed. It kind of messes with your creativity. So it's nice to have products like this that really any level of crafter can use to create. There is a stamp set that kind of coordinates with this as well. It's a really nice all occasion set, and it's featured there at the bottom of the page. It may be on that next page too, Dale. I can't remember.
that was
Maybe not, but
Simply Said.
Simply Said.
It's
So,
right
you
here,
know, you
right
have your
here.
birthday sentiment. You just have some pretty generic sentiments that you can use on lots of different products. So really be mindful when you're purchasing your stamps that it's something that you're going to get a lot of mileage out of. And then as Dale turned the page, you have 2 full pages of samples using the mix and match products, which I think that's really cool.
Yeah, it gives you some ideas, some how to arrange things, and it
Get inspired.
But you don't just have to use those products.
That's true. You can definitely use the ephemera packs just with cardstock that you already have, or you can use the note cards and envelopes. We had a couple girls this morning saying what they plan to do is take the note card and cut it in half to where they would have 2 card fronts, just to maybe add it to a white piece of cardstock. And they were also going to cut their envelope apart too, because it's really pretty.
It is
It's a pretty pattern on it.
Yeah. We'll flip it on.
We're flipping on.
Okay. Card design.
Yes, this is one of my favorite pages. I've got a couple of favorite pages. This is page 22, and there's 22 sample layouts here. I know, 22 on 22. That's how I can remember
What
that.
about the measurements?
There's not any measurements on here. These are just to inspire you. Sometimes we need a little jump start to our creativity. We just need some ideas. And so these layouts are really more of a guide. So sometimes we do use what's called sketches, and they have measurements on there. What I find is a lot of times when people use a sketch, they think, oh, there's a 2-inch circle, and I don't have a 2-inch circle, so I can't make that card. And that's really not how you want to approach using a sketch or these layouts. This is just an idea. If there's a 2-inch circle and you have a 2.5-inch circle, use it. If you have a 2-inch square, use it. Just whatever looks good to you, what's pleasing to your eye. So it's just really a way to kind of get a jump start of how you would lay out the project. And then from there, this is our color families. So I'll share with you, I am a little bit confused. Dale felt like this made a little bit more sense, but I guess kind of introducing someone to the colors that we offer in the color families.
In the color families, most of the time, the colors in the family play well together. Like the subtles play well together, the brights play well together, the neutrals will play well with everything. But it just kind of gives you an idea of if you're ready to start learning about matching up colors.
Okay.
It's an easy way to, because they have them broken up, and like this year's new in colors, I'm jumping the gun, all play really well together.
Okay.
And so I just think that that's something that helps teach you how to use color.
Okay. And I guess just the concept of we have color families. Certain colors are warmer or cooler than other colors, go well together. But anyway, that's just where they put that.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Neat stamp set here.
Yes. Let's go back a couple pages because I didn't really mention that. That's way back here. More than a couple pages. So there is a cute, cute little stamp set up here that caught my eye when we were talking about these 10 essentials. So we've already had our train, right?
Yep.
And now we're having sirens. So this is an official Stamp with CT video. So this stamp set really caught my attention, and it's really, really cute. Dale's got some samples that we made on Facebook Live, and then you can get a little closer look at this stamp set. The stamps on these next couple pages are versatile stamp sets that have a lot of good sentiments that you could use for lots of different projects. I'll hold that if you want to kind of show
so now we have
the cards.
We use that stamp set to say hey to someone.
And there's different sentiments on the inside,
and this
too.
is the new in color, so this is the Summer Splash. This one here was pretty in pink, and then we have Peach Pie, and now we have Shy Shamrock and Petunia Pop.
Very good. You passed your in color test once again. So open them up, because I put different sentiments on the inside as well.
Oh, no.
So it says, hey.
I'm so glad you exist.
Yep.
Okay. I miss your face.
I love that sentiment. That cracks me up.
I'm so glad you exist. You can do it. Or do this. How about that?
You can do this.
Miss your face.
Okay, so just quick and fun little 4x4 note cards that I made with this. But I see using this stamp set a lot. I'm excited about this stamp set. And again, just something that you can use. It's pretty versatile. You can kind of build those greetings.
Oh, memories and more.
Okay, we're going to stop here for just a moment. So if you like to do pocket scrapbooking, these Memories and More cards are great just to slide into those page protectors that have the pockets. Quick and easy memory keeping. We also have note cards and envelopes that fit these cards, these Memories and More cards, because they are 4x3 and 4x6 cards. They're printed. They coordinate with a couple of the suites in the catalog. You've got a couple, Thoughtful Journey and then Unbounded Beauty. So that kind of extends those products when you purchase those stamps and stuff. And you can make some really nice cards, a stack of really nice cards with these products. Part of the reason I wanted to stop here and talk for just a moment is you may be aware that Close to My Heart has had to close its doors. It was another paper crafting company similar to Stampin' Up, and it focused more on memory keeping, scrapbooking. So a lot of their makers, I think about 3,600 of their makers out of the 4,000 that they had, have moved over to Stampin' Up. Stampin' Up made them a great offer to join Stampin' Up and become a demonstrator, continue their paper crafting business, and really have a great place to land as there was such a huge change in their lives. I've told my team, I've told some other friends, I cannot imagine if Stampin' Up were to close for some reason. It's so much a part of our lives. We craft almost every day or have some type of interaction and contact with customers and our team. I just can't imagine going through something like that. So we're excited to welcome those Close to My Heart makers, and also to welcome more scrapbooking and memory keeping products coming in the next several months. So hopefully by the end of the year, we'll have a lot more robust product line when it comes to memory keeping and scrapbooking. So we're looking forward to that. But we do have these pocket pages right now.
Oh, hold on.
What?
Little random fact.
What?
Okay. It has the Stampin' Right marker down here, the white envelope, the basic white assorted memories envelope, and the Stampin' Seal. So you got an adhesive, a marker, some envelopes. In this catalog, we got to pay attention because there's random things.
We do, yes. And that is one of the things that, I mean, fully transparent here, I'm not super crazy about. I know sometimes there's like one stamp out of a set that's shown, and so it's kind of hard to put those things together. It is not what we're used to, but I can't recreate this catalog. So this is what we have, this is what we're working with, and we're going to show you lots of things that we love about this catalog, but we are going to be transparent and tell you there are some things we're not crazy about. If I haven't already mentioned it, have I? I know we talked about it this morning. email Stampin' Up. Let them know what you love, what you don't. They listen to us and they listen to you as customers as well. So that's all I can really say. Just, I do think it causes you to look a little bit more closely to the catalog.
Well, the font may not have changed much, but they've brightened them up.
The font is darker. I don't know that it's any larger, but the font is a darker color. That's something that I have asked for in the past and given that feedback, but it could still be, you know, a little bit bigger for these elderly eyes, right?
Mm-hmm. Wrap it up.
Okay, we're going to stop here for a second because there's not a lot now as far as pre-made and pre-designed treat holders, that type thing. You don't have a huge selection like we have in the past. That could be that those products just really were not big sellers. I liked using them, and we frequently did, and tried to show you different ways to use them. But that just means that you'll have to design more boxes and bags for us, Dale. You up for that?
Yeah, and with this, the way this illustrates making the little bags, the closer bags that they've made here with a piece of 6x6 paper, the tags that they've made to tag to when you're putting it on a gift. And then in this particular DSP pack, it has these little wreaths on them. It has things on them that you can either put on a card front, you can put it on the front of a little gift box.
Okay.
And this pretty good mix and match opportunity here as well.
Okay.
Without having to do a lot of work.
Yeah. This is just beautiful. I love stuff like this. Now, again, this to me is more magazine-y, but it's beautiful.
But now we're getting into create your way.
Yes. Okay, so create your way is more of an avid crafting experience. Again, we have a picture here, a little scenario. I see that I would love to have her craft room. It's gorgeous.
It is beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
And it looks like a absolutely great setting for the craft room. Looking out the window and all. Having
Natural
windows.
light, having all the ink pads, all the stuff, all the things. So now we're into more avid experience, which, you know, we love all of our tools. We love all of our paper, our inks, and that type thing. So in this section, this is one of the things I love. All of the sweet collections are right here in a row, and that's awesome. I love that. I love the sweet collections because you get to see what is in the suite, what coordinates together. If you purchase one of everything using that gotta have it all button, that easy button, then you're going to be able to create because everything's going to work together. And I love that. I love that about suites. I've noticed that the suites have varying price ranges in this catalog. That's good too. So some of the suites have a couple of stamp die bundles. They have embellishments, they have ribbon, they have paper, or maybe even a specialty paper. And some don't. Some just have stamp dies paper and an embellishment or a ribbon.
This particular suite, the paper really didn't catch my eye.
Until you saw it?
Until I saw it and held it in person.
Okay. Which we don't have the papers out to show you, but we do have the swatch book. So I don't have the full 12 by 12 sheets. But look at how gorgeous this is. One of the reasons that I like to purchase these swatch books from a fellow demonstrator is once I get these papers in my hand, it makes it so much easier to design and create. I love being able to show you on the videos and in classes here at the house in person the papers because it's just too hard to photograph them, isn't it?
Well,
and put them in a catalog.
It doesn't. It always comes out flat when it's photographed, and even on the video, it's going to be a little bit flat.
But it's better than in the catalog. So, so pretty. This paper is gorgeous. Okay, the next suite, we have some samples we want to share with you. So this is called Take to the Sky. And you know that or you probably know, that we participate in a swap with other demonstrators. We have a bin full of stuff over here. That's what you hear, that rustling around. But we were able to create 60 cards, and we got 60 cards back that were different. So we have lots of samples to show you as far as this suite especially. Here is the paper, and it's really cool. That cloud paper is so cute. This is a really neat suite. We saw it presented on stage, and it was really awesome. Here's a picture of the stamp set, just to give you a little bit bigger view. And then Dale is getting some cards ready to show you that we got from the swap. But you always have these samples here, too, in the catalog. Well, just can't go wrong.
There's the little metallic embellishment that goes along with this kit.
Yes, I love those.
And so I'm going to put that right there for right now.
Okay.
And then I'm going to
You might want to bring that closer to the camera and kind of see up to the camera.
Oh, up to the camera?
Yes.
All right.
They're really pretty.
Okay. So now we have a card with the Take to the Sky. It shows you a couple of different papers. Has a different fold technique. Mm-hmm. This one just has the biplane where you die cut the multiple pieces and then it opens up.
That one really features the dies, doesn't it?
And it has your cloudy skies, has your cinnamon in the clouds right here. Mm-hmm. This one has the little stamped image of the biplane cut out with the dies. It has some embellishments on it. It has 2 more sheets of the paper. Opens up. This one has 2 designs of the paper, and it's a book binder, so it has the inside with stamping.
That's a really nice one. I like that one.
This one was painted by hand.
Yeah.
If you're into coloring,
yes,
the image will lend itself to that. This one has the image on it with the clouds, and then it unfolds, and then...
Isn't that something? So clearly, this inspired people to do some fun fold cards with this product. And I'm really thinking about maybe this summer doing a stamp camp or stamp a stack with this suite. Let me know what you think, if this is something that would be fun for you. I just think this is a really cool suite.
I think the colors lend itself to masculine projects.
Yes, definitely, definitely. So just a couple more.
To the market.
Mm-hmm. We have that paper swatch book out too, if you want to show it, because it's really cute paper. I had it sitting on the kitchen table at the launch party this morning, and it got attention because it's just a really unique paper. I don't remember having something like this before.
It's got a lot of pattern paper in it for backgrounds. It's got some nice images on it. It's
I don't know that I've ever made a vegetable card before, though. Have you?
So you don't want to make veggie cards?
I'm not saying I don't want to. I just don't know that I ever have before. Love that paper. And is this the next one we're showing? This one, or we're
this one?
This one. Okay.
Full of life.
Okay. We're going to show this paper because it's my favorite paper right now. I love this pack.
I mean, it's kind of this has some. This has the images watercolored on and over the top of each other, so they mix and match and they share the colors. You have a starburst top, sunburst. You have.
They're really fun. It's a
washes.
6x6.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh, you lost your place.
I have another wash. You have some splotches, some multiple colors, another variegated wash.
It makes me think a little bit about paint. Are they called? What are they called? Paint chips? Paint. The little swatches of paint that you get, like when you go to Lowe's or Home Depot.
Yeah, and that or a paint palette where you're.
It's the little sample things.
Right. I don't.
You know, I don't remember what they're called. That's what it reminds me of.
And then it's got some really neat colors in it.
And we are doing an after party tonight. So when we do the launch party, we always do an after party on Zoom that evening. And this is the paper. This is the suite that we are using for after party. So you'll see me posting some projects that we're going to be creating and sharing tonight. But I just wanted to show you that paper because it's really, really pretty. It's fun.
Some of these washes are like incredible backgrounds.
Yes. Quick and easy cards, right? Mm-hmm. Because they're just so pretty. I don't think we were going to not show that one. But you can just see all of these suites are set up basically the same. Lots of samples, then the product.
We didn't have a Journey suite?
I didn't pull all of that
Okay.
out yet. We're using the Journey, Thoughtful Journey next month in stamp class, so we'll kind of feature that then. So here we wanted to stop for just a minute because do we have samples from this? Yes. Of the paper mostly.
Yes.
I'll tell you, I wasn't going to get this bird house set.
This Country Lace? No, that's...
No, Country Woods.
Country Woods.
Right? This is Country Woods.
I don't see our swatch book for that.
Okay, that's okay.
Okay, so you want to go through some cards right quick?
Sure.
All right. We have this one is a birthday card with some Wink of Stella on it. Got a little bit of shine. It's got some texture on it. We got one that's kind of a more neutral colors, a little bit muted. It's got some nice accents. Those little, what do you call those? Is this the? Okay.
We're on the right one, aren't we?
This one didn't look like. This is Country Woods, yeah.
Yeah, that's the right paper. It's
paper.
more of a wood grain. It's very lends itself very much to the masculine cards, I think.
Okay, another birthday card.
Cheryl made some of those.
And then this one has little squares. This is kind of taken off of one of those designs that designs that you had in the on page 22, and it fits that. Here's the wood grain on the back with the birdhouse and all.
Now that birdhouse stamp, I wasn't going to get it. I didn't need it. And then I started seeing projects with it. It's in my cart. Just so you know, there's going to be a birdhouse stamp here soon.
And this is a stamp set that was going to show later on in the book, but it's got the Country Woods paper on it. It's got some nice sentiments and all on it. Another one with the Country Woods, the paper and the stamp set. They hand colored this. They added the Wink of Stella.
So
it's
pretty.
Beautiful.
Yes, it is.
And then
a couple more that Cheryl made. She just wanted to make us some samples to really show. And she was inspired to use the, I can never remember the name of the embossing folder.
the
Timbers embossing folder. And so it's really cool because after she stamped the greeting, she even embossed the sentiment. I've never done that before. Thought that was a great idea.
And I like the paper like this. It's got multiple color streaks in it.
Mm-hmm.
So like this has the gray and the blue and the yellowish tan. So that it gives you a lot of different choices to match
When
up
you're
with your papers.
matching it up.
Yeah.
Okay. There's something else I wanted to point out on this page with this suite, and that is that when Stampin' Up! Designed this catalog, they always share lots of samples with us with the products, and it gives us lots of ideas. So one of the things they've done with the samples this time is there is going to be in each suite a sample that really focuses on the stamp set, and then one that focuses on the designer series paper, one that focuses on the dies or punch, and then one that focuses on all of the items in the suite. So I thought that was a cool approach to that. So just wanted to point that out to you as well. Okay.
That's the Country Woods collection has 2 stamp sets.
Yes,
right?
it does.
And before we go too far, I don't know how much they're going to be able to see, but they got those pearls are stunning.
Oh yes, from Country Woods. Yes, they
the
are. You
gray
may want to
pearl.
put those closer to the camera, Dee. They're really pretty. 3 different colors of gray. All right, so I think, yeah, we want to go back here, right? Or this is the one we're skipping.
No, we're skipping.
So for Unbounded Beauty, we're going to skip this for right now because after this video, we will do something called Meet the Suite. So we'll break for just a few minutes, then we'll come back live, and we will share all of the components of this suite and several samples with you. So you'll get a little bit deeper dive into this suite of products. Okay, so after the suites, then we head into some bundles. And these are new bundles. You will notice the size of the picture of the Stamps and Dies or Stamps and Punch. Now, this is new to this catalog. So you've got a couple pages like that. A little bit larger pictures, more samples. And we do have one of these bundles. It's called Loveliest Tree. And Dale will show us that a little bit closer here in a second, and a sample that we created.
Right here.
So you've got several pages. You want to go ahead and show that?
Yeah, let me start out with the sample we created. This is one of them from it's this, if you look over here, you can see the top of the tree and then the stem and all, and then it's got this, as I showed earlier, that beautiful oak looking tree. And this is the stamp set. So
yeah, we
it has
showed
congratulations, thank you, happy birthday, and sending heartfelt sympathies. And so it's, and then this is the die set that goes along with it. And it's got the tree, the stem,
trunk.
the trunk, yeah. And then it's got some leaf patterns and all.
It's a pretty cool little set. So the bundles in this section, because they're new to this publication, you do get a 10% discount when you purchase them. All right.
The other thing was they're full page.
Yes. Yes, you got samples with it. Okay.
Now I'm ready to encore.
So now we're at a section, like Dale said, that's called Encore. So basically what these are stamps and dies that were bundled in the past. You could get a 10% discount in the past. They're still coordinating stamps and dies. They're shown smaller, which, again, not crazy about that because I think it's hard to see.
Well,
and even though they're Encore and they're coming back, some people may have never seen these before.
correct.
So they are pretty small, but it is nice that we have a section between 74 and I think 80 that shows the bundles. They're not bundle priced, but they're still stamps, dies, stamps, and punch, whichever, all together. And I do like that. I wish we had a section with all the punches shown on a couple of pages like we have in the past, but we don't. And same thing with dies. Now, can you go to the online store and put in punches and pull up the punches? You can. What I find is you kind of need to know the name of the product, and so that can be a little bit tricky sometimes, just the way that it's shown in the catalog. So again, when you have a demonstrator to help you, if you're looking for something like that, you can just let us know and we'll do our very best to find out the information for you.
To search, you need one of the words spelled correctly.
Yes, yes, you do. And sometimes Stampin' Up! Does use a different spelling, just, as a branded piece of merchandise. So, but we can help with that too. All right. And you'll also notice that you don't get a lot of description in the catalog. And so again, if you go to the online store and you type in like Unbounded Beauty, it will bring up that sweet collection. If you click on that, you get several photos. You get the samples that are in the catalog. You can see the DSP, the Designer Series paper, a little bit closer. And you get a much more expanded description. It tells you the colors that are in the paper, all of the colors. In the catalog, I noticed it's just maybe 5 or 6 colors. But if there's a lot of colors in the paper, kind of like full of life, then it tells you online all of the colors. Okay. So now we're down to a section where...
Well,
what?
We're running past the blocks. The stamp and shout is just what you need to, if you have stamps, you're going to need blocks, you're going to need inks, you're going to need stamp cleaner.
Okay.
These kind of things are kind of hidden.
They are, but this makes sense to me to have that there. Doesn't it to you? No?
Well, I'm used to having all of in the other catalog, in a catalog fashion, all these things that go together, together.
Yes.
And
yes, it's a little different approach, but...
It's all goes together, it's together, it's just not labeled.
Right. It's just different, right?
Correct.
And change can be change. Okay, now we'll keep traveling on our stroll here.
All right. Okay.
We're not going to stop at every single page, but
Background stamp.
background stamps. We are going to stop there because we have one of the background stamps. It was one of the all attendee giveaways at On Stage. I haven't used this stamp just yet, but you can see that all those images are on this one rubber stamp. So this is a card front size. If you do not have the large block that this fits on, this is a little tip, because someone on our team won this stamp set and she doesn't have the large block. If she wants to purchase it, that's great. But you can also, on these background stamps, just leave them on your work surface, ink them up, bring your cardstock to them.
Okay.
Rub the background, give it a back rub, and you've got your image. So pretty cool, because on this one you could actually cut that apart as well. You could fussy cut those out, but you can use that as a background. So lots of different background stamps. That was something I wanted to point out.
Okay.
Okay.
Now we're into
Some
the
storage options. And
That says show.
show and tell.
All right.
Keep on going. I think we're looking for the watercoloring.
hold on
Did
a
I
second.
go too far?
No, like on this one, the Winkastella and the cutter for the. It's kind of. It's in with things,
Yes.
but that's not necessarily.
So to me, what I found is you don't necessarily get like a big full picture. So it is more important to read the descriptions here, or at least the names of the products on the page. Or sometimes I have a hard time finding them on that page. So just a different way to approach it, right?
Yes. We'll get used to it.
Yes, we will.
Ribbons.
Ribbons. Let's stop here for just a second. I haven't passed the watercolor technique, have I? I hope not.
Well, hold on. What's the page before this? Because these stuck together.
Okay.
I think. Yeah. Metallics.
Metallics. That's what I wanted to show. This I think is cool. I love that all of the metallic products are together. But again, that harkens back to what we're used to, how it used to be.
Well, and excellent displays.
Yes. I really like this.
A good mix of how to use the products to try to inspire you, like this weave pattern,
Okay.
like this card stock. It's absolutely gorgeous, but you may not think of it to use it use it for die cutting and that kind of stuff to give kind of a special artsy effect to your projects.
But I thought that was cool because favorite color is shiny. Metallic is shiny. Okay, now we'll stop at ribbons for a moment. I thought this was super interesting. It's a cool picture, but from a purchaser point of view, I thought that was a little bit confusing. One of the things that jumped out at demonstrators right away, and I've had several customers reach out to me and say, is like on these ribbons, we have some ribbons that have been in the catalog in the past, they carried over, and we have some new ribbons. How do you tell which is which?
Well,
You don't. From the catalog, you really don't.
the catalog didn't label it as new.
No, it did not. And that's something we're accustomed to. So Dale, when we were doing paper and ribbon share and doing the math for that, Dale figured out a really, really easy way to tell. And what is that, Dee?
The first three numbers of the order number,
Item code?
code, is 163. Everything new in this catalog has a 163
Yes.
number.
Yes.
And each catalog, those three numbers normally change.
Right.
If
So like
it's
the mini catalog, I think, was 162, the one that just retired. So 163, and then the next three numbers, they're called SKU numbers. That's what tells you this is a new ribbon or a new embellishment, right?
or new overall in the catalog.
Yeah, and when we get back to the colors, we can look back. As they bring like cardstock back, it gets its original number, item code number. It's crazy. So you'll see like 101, and we're at 163 now. So that's a very, very easy way to tell if the ribbon is new. And I think there was 7 or 8 ribbons that were new. You want to show Dale the in color ribbons, and
Sure.
I think we have a new neutral called beige, and I think I have
There's the
that
beige.
beige ribbon pulled out as well. So this is a really pretty. It's very much like the in color. Great texture to this ribbon. Several people mentioned that this morning.
Here's the peach pie.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty and pink. Right here.
Yes. Such pretty ribbon. And if you took our make and take packet, if you
Turn your
registered for
paw.
that, you'll get some in your packet. You'll see how that texture is.
Shy Shamrock. It doesn't look shy to me.
It doesn't.
It's kind of bold.
It's pretty. I love that green.
And then you have the Summer Splash.
Mm-hmm. Which is,
Real close.
I'm learning the difference in them. It is close, but when you have them together, what is so funny to me is when I saw Shy Shamrock, I thought, you know what? We already have so many greens, but this is a totally different green than any other green we have in our product line. So I've fallen in love with Shy Shamrock. The end colors are just amazing. All right, we'll go over here to embellishments. And again, if you want to know what embellishments are new, you're going to look for that 163 and then those next three numbers. So that will help. We do have one of the embellishments we wanted to definitely show you.
Well, we got three here.
Oh, three? Okay.
The first one is, what are these even called? The iridescent.
It's on the back here. These are part of the,
Iridescent faceted gems.
yes, these are part of Full of Life Suite. They're hard to see in the catalog. It's hard to photograph something that's just clear and shiny, but they are beautiful.
Well, and they have all that multicolor to them.
They do. They pick up the color around them. Very, very pretty. I hope you can see how shiny they are. Okay.
This one is the 24-26 in color shimmer gems.
Yes. So there's a more flat gem, and then there's these. I have already been through a couple packs of these. Most of a pack of these. Again, shiny in colors.
And this is the transparent adhesive back dots.
Transparent or
Yep.
translucent?
This is transparent.
Okay.
And what's good about them having that kind of hollow look to them, so that glassy look as they go through, it helps bring in, I think, the cardstock color that you're using them on, or whatever you use them as a background.
They're very pretty. I don't remember which suite those go with, but very pretty.
And we left out a ribbon a moment ago.
Oh, okay. We can bring it back in.
I don't know if they can see this because it's kind of thin, and it's the iridescent
Oh, yes.
striped ribbon.
And you cannot see it in the catalog. It is very difficult.
And it's got it's just got stunning shine to it. And the iridescent causes it to have all the colors as the light reflects off of it.
Very pretty ribbon. All right. Excuse me. We're going to keep on going. We're going to stop at adhesives for just a minute. Because I thought this was cool. You have a list of like what to use the adhesives for. Again, I think this kind of can teach us, because a lot of times we just grab an adhesive, and some adhesives work better than others on certain things that you're working on. So I thought that was cool too.
What? Watercolor technique.
Oh yes, this is one of the pages I definitely wanted to feature. This is one that has already inspired us. We have already done our Finally Friday free online class with watercoloring. Dale made his own mask using a window sheet. And so I love this. Shows all the different tools that you can use for watercoloring, spritzing, watercolor pencils.
Pastel.
And I don't know that without something like this that we would have thought of that. Do you?
No, this helped a lot.
Yes,
And
I really like this.
And like on your other pages, this is 4 different methods of using watercolors. And it's all on one page.
Yes.
And you can mix and match.
Yes.
You can, and it's just, I think, a really good resource tool. They're pointing out that the stays on. If you're going to stamp an image and then watercolor on it, and you don't want the image, the ink, or to run or discolor a little bit, it stays bright and black.
Mm-hmm. So kind of what we were talking about earlier, we miss the fact that it's not just product.
But that's not bad here.
No, it's not. So, love-hate relationship, is that what you would call it?
It's some getting used to. How about that?
Yes, exactly. So here it really works because that's just the way my brain thinks.
It doesn't seem random to me.
No, not at all. But on other pages, it did. So this kind of tells a story to me. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay.
Shake it up.
Yeah.
We talked about shaker cards.
We did
today.
talk about shaker cards. They're not my favorite, but if you love shaker cards, you let us know because we can make shaker cards. I'm just not very good at it.
This is the masterful masking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And like they're showing here, you're just using tape and your sponge sprayer, not sponge dauber. You use your brushes, your sponge daubers with a pre-made mask that they sell, and then there's just different ways to use masking and how to make it.
And by showing that, I think that does interest more people. It makes a little bit more sense than blending brushes, sponge daubers, mask lined up in a catalog. Don't you?
Oh yeah, I mean, this one right here is kind of silly to me. Is everybody knows that just putting tape to protect your card front, and then when you peel that easy relief tape off of it, like your painter's tape or something like that, that whatever you brayered on here.
Everybody knows that?
They don't. All right.
No, everybody doesn't know that. If you've never done that before.
Okay.
So I think that's cool that they included all of those things. And you may know it, but you haven't done it in years. And so it's just a great reminder that that's such an easy way to do that. I love it. I think these pages are really cool.
This one is adding texture.
Mm-hmm.
So we
Again,
we have our palette knives to put it on our paste on, let it dry, and it gives it the added depth. And then we can add some color to it. We can add some, they show the heat embossing tool, Versamark.
and raise your hand if you've ever purchased any of these items, or your wife has, and then they just sit in a drawer or a cabinet. So this is a great reminder. Get those items out. You purchased them for a reason. You can do really cool things, right?
Absolutely.
So I like the way that this is presented. It does remind me, oh yes, we do have palette knives, and I have some, and I need to use them.
Really random thing.
What?
Silicone craft sheet.
Oh, I know.
And they got the pasted the masking paste. They've taken and daubed in a little bit of color
Embossing
into
paste?
it. No, yeah, the embossing paste. And they've dabbed in a little bit of color to it, and then kind of done a Bob Ross type thing where you mix it in there and then you spread it.
Okay.
And it gives you a fan of colors.
Okay.
And that
Bob Ross meat Stampin' Up.
And then the silicone craft sheet is really easy to clean up.
So random, not random, because that is the perfect tool with this. But that may be the only place you see that guy, and it's up to us to show them how wonderful it is for other things too. So kind of goes back to your demonstrator again, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Embossing folders. This is what we're used to. This is what we love. We want to see all of our embossing folders lined up pretty in a row, alphabetized, so we know which ones we have and which ones we need to order, right?
Exactly.
Love it. But that's much more what we're accustomed to. Okay.
Lens.
Yes, our markers. So, we have two different styles of markers. The Stampin' Right, which are water-based, and then Stampin' Blends, which are alcohol-based. Love both of them. This right here, we were so super excited about this color wheel that we got at OnStage. And we, again, want to point out, this is a teaching catalog, an instructional catalog. This tool will be available in the coming months. Stampin' Up! Is working on that. And again, they listen to us. We made this, or Dale made this. Dale and Cassandra went over to what they call the product playground, and they made these color wheels. Everybody loved them. People wanted to buy them, and there was no plan to release a color wheel for sale. But because so many demonstrators said, this is a great tool, we need these in our hands, they are now going to be producing those, and they'll be for sale, at least to demonstrators, possibly to customers as well. They're not going to include the in colors, is the only thing on the color wheel that will be sold, and it may be a few months, but I'll let you know when these become available. We are excited about this because I don't have a lot of color theory knowledge. Do you?
Yeah.
You have some?
The college courses I took in art.
You have much more than I do. But there's just so much to learn. And I don't even really... I know what a monochromatic card is. I know what complementary colors are. But we also have... What is that?
Triadic.
Triadic, which I call Triceratops. It makes me think of Triceratops, y'all. That's why I can't remember Triadic. And then we also have analogous. So we have complementary, which is across the color wheel. We have monochromatic, which is a color in the shades.
Yeah, you're staying in a certain shade range of a color.
Okay. And then we have triadic, which is?
It's the triadic is the three primary colors, and as you rotate the wheel, you go to the exact
shade.
Well, you go to different shades of these colors and the mixture of these colors.
So triadic is the one that you're going to 3 different points, or
you're going to 3 different points. So like the primary.
Well, show us on the color wheel.
On the like this line right here, on here, like they have. Let's go to yellow, lemon lolly.
Okay.
Cherry cobbler.
Okay.
And balmy blue.
Okay.
Okay. So now you have a yellow, a red, and a blue.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if I rotate it, let's go to pumpkin pie, right? Because pumpkin pie is a mixture of, to get the orange, you need yellow and red.
Oh,
okay?
I see now. Okay.
Now you come over here to berry burst. Well, to get berry burst, you have to have some red and some blue.
Okay.
And then when you come over here to Lost Lagoon, it's a mixture of yellow and blue.
Okay.
So you're at the 120 degree increment on the wheel as you go around.
Okay. That makes more sense now. And then last is analogous, and I know this one.
Do you?
Yes. Like you would pick a blue, like here, for example, and then you might make a card with these 2 other buddies of the one you picked.
But on the wheel here, on the analogous, is this one up here. What you'll also notice is what it says is if I pick this and I center it up on balmy blue, okay?
Okay.
It gives me a fairly large range from over here near Pretty Peacock all the way down to Night of Navy.
Oh.
If I shift it just a little bit, let's right here. I go Pool Party, Balmy Blue, and I come all the way over here, Highland Heather, Gorgeous Grape, and Blackberry Bliss. So I get to use all these colors in an analogous. It's telling you that
they work well together.
They work well together.
So cool. So we're going to be using this moving forward, and I'm going to be learning a lot, and hopefully you will too.
Now the color collections.
This is one of my favorite things. I think that this is a lot better way than a couple pages of charts to explain the color families and the products in each of those families. So this is where you find your ink pads, your cardstock, that type thing. I love this. I think this is a really nice way to show those items. Okay. And then we have an index in the back, and we're done. No catalog walkthrough would be complete if I didn't share with you. You want to grab that joining special flyer? If I didn't share with you that you can also become a demonstrator, because there's always a page about that in the catalog, right? And there's an amazing joining special. It's always a great time, but we've got an amazing joining special now.
Okay, hold on.
through the end of May.
I'm going to put that up there, and I'm going to put this up here. Slide that over just a little bit.
This is good.
Okay. So in the joining special, you get
Well, you choose $125 worth of product. You pay $99 plus tax, free
And-
shipping,
and
and all of these things.
all of these things. 1, all of the new in color stamp pads.
Yes.
2, the designer series paper that are all in color colors.
6x6
You get the package of 8.5 by 11 in color multi-pack
of cardstock.
of cardstock, and you get the Stampin' Right markers.
All of that as a bonus from Stampin' Up. And you get to be on our team of super inspired stampers. No pressure to do any classes, events, sell, nothing like that. You can just take advantage of your discount, get these awesome products in your hands for free. Don't buy all of this. Get it for free, right?
And in our class today, we did a little demonstration of
The in colors.
the in colors, where we used the Stampin' Right markers, we used the ink pads, and we had the
The
so
cardstock.
you walked away from here today, you had some samples of what the product looks like.
And then if you'll show that little bookmark.
Okay.
It's kind of hard to ship this out, so we did a bookmark for those that are doing the make and takes online with us. Okay, so we promised that this video would be a little bit longer, didn't we?
We did promise it would be longer.
We did. So give us maybe about 5 minutes. We're going to close this one out, and we're going to come back. We're going to do Meet the Sweet and show you the beautiful Unbounded Beauty Sweet collection and everything that entails, and some samples. So we'll see you soon.
See you soon.